probably about his silence. So he ignores his ex-girlfriend for a while, and his silence being the most violent thing he ever did to her. Rory is a character who is uncomfortable with his internal emotions, so he tends to express them in external pain metaphors. So I guess my favourite metaphor is this paragraph that he says about how his silence, the big radio deafening silence, is the most violent thing that he does to her. It bruises her and it makes her bleed and it scratches her up. I tend to write very, very quickly. It takes me about 7 to 15 hours to write a first draft of a play. I don't think, I do it in one sitting, and it's like stream of consciousness, and then I go about getting feedback and making sure it makes sense or is interesting to listen to. I tend to focus in the first drafts definitely a lot more on how the play sounds rather than what the words are. So the rhythms, the rhyme, the intonation and the weight of the sentences, rather than what the words in the sentences are. And then once we get a director, a producer on board, they go, "Serafina, this makes no sense, please put in some words that mean something." And then that's when the narrative, the plot, the juicy bits that people actually want to watch come in. And I guess my world didn't shatter as much as it should have, because I think it pretty much encapsulates Rory's position on guilt. Guilt is something that we as humans use to absolve ourselves of something that we know is wrong. So sometimes you'll say that you feel much worse about something than you actually do, because then you feel like it's better, and you can pretend like you've forgiven yourself because you feel so bad about it. And that is the entire premise behind SQUIRM. That's why it's called SQUIRM. I won't spoil it for you. There's an entire passage about squirming and that feeling of, I've done something wrong, but it's okay because I know it's wrong, which means I won't do it again. And I guess my world didn't shatter as much as it should have is the line that makes you realise that actually maybe it was pretty bad.